So let's do the talking point. Chelsea versus Dortmund, Champions League round of 16. This game, the way it ended, obviously was not a great result for Chelsea, but as a fan, I'm actually more pleased from this match, even though we did not get any points in this, to see how creative this team was, and obviously we created more chances. Now, obviously I'm saying obviously way too many times. So let's do the talking points for Chelsea versus Dortmund, round of 16 Champions League. Now, as we all know, Chelsea went to Dortmund, had an away match, and like I've said before, going to Dortmund is always a very difficult task. I think they have one of the best fan bases in the entire world of football, and to go there is always difficult. The atmosphere is always phenomenal, and therefore, again, it's one of those things that when you play Dortmund at home, it's always a difficult task. Now, that being said, though, I think Chelsea did fairly well in this game. Now, the results are not going to show that because we ended up losing this game 1-0, so we didn't get any points from this match. But only losing 1-0 to Dortmund at home is easily doable to come back to Stamford Bridge and get those points back to advance into the next round in the Champions League. Now, a lot of people are going to say that Chelsea are down and out. This is not going to happen. But there are some talking points that we're going to talk about. So the first thing, though, I do want to talk about is the fact that we do not have a number 9. And this seems like this is coming to bite us in the butt again and again. Now, we do have number 9s, just not registered for the Champions League. So we only have Kai Havertz as our attacking number 9, which, from what we've seen, is not the player that we need in that position. Yes, he's good off the ball making these runs, but really to be the central player in our attacking third, to play balls into, he's not that guy. It's coming to the point that it's almost shocking that he keeps getting picked, but obviously he has to get picked for us in the Champions League because there's no other options, which is a shame, and that, again, may be a big issue and may be our downfall for the Champions League. That being said, though, I think our attacking third, though, did quite well this game. We had 21 shots, 8 on target, which, again, we looked a lot better, more creative in the attacking third. I think we're very unfortunate that we did not find the back net. Koulibaly had that one shot that was just inches away from going over the line. I believe it was Emre Can who ended up saving or clearing it off the line, which that would have put us 1-1. And I think from that point on, had that gone in, that would have dictated this entire match. On top of that, João Felix, who in my humble opinion was the best player on the pitch today, definitely had a great performance, just fairly unlucky not finding the back of the net. He probably should have scored in the first half with that great chance inside the 18, hit the post, hit the crossbar, I believe, or hit the woodwork at least twice this game. And like I said, if one of those shots goes in, this makes a whole different match for us because Chelsea would have been in the driver's seat, but it just was not his day. But even that being said, he still was very creative, which, again, I'm going to harp on this. This player needs to stay at Chelsea. He's obviously on a loan spell right now, but from what we've seen just in a few matches with João Felix, he's a creative player. He makes this team better. Without him, we are toothless. We can't do anything without him. We obviously could bring some players in during the summer, but we already know João Felix fits into this system. So again, we need to splash the cash for this player in the summer, and it makes most sense if we do that for him in this next coming window because, like I said, we are useless without him. That being said, let's talk about the rest of this team. Now, defensive-wise, I thought we looked pretty good. I think, yes, that goal that we were countered on, been unfortunate. I think Enzo Fernandez just is not quick enough compared to Edamame, who was just freakishly fast, and therefore I cannot really harp on anyone. Even going around Kepa, just a great finish overall, and therefore Dortmund did deserve the 3 points that they got. I think they played very well this entire match, but like I said, this could have went a whole different route had we scored early on in this game, which again has been a talking point for Chelsea, not just in the Champions League, but also in the league itself. It gets annoying that we keep saying this, that we cannot find the back net, and Chelsea's form right now is probably one of the worst we've seen in a while. Now, I know people are going to keep talking about Graham Potter, that this is his fault, but really, he put everything out there for this team. And like I said, had we scored these goals that Graham Potter had orchestrated this team to do, it would have been a whole different story. Graham Potter can't help the player find the back of the net when they're that close to the box, inside the box, and putting shots on target. That's up to the player. And therefore, again, I'm not going to harp on Graham Potter for this match, and especially because we only lost 1-0. When we come back to Stamford Bridge, it's a whole new game. All we do is have to go out there and win that game. More than 1-0, obviously, and that'll be a huge difference for Chelsea, and therefore, again, we will be advancing in the Champions League to the next round. Now, again, that is a big hill to climb, But like I said, when we play at home, that'll be a couple weeks later on. We're going to have more time for these players to keep gelling. We should have more players fully fit because Ruben Loftus-Cheek, along with Enzo Fernandez, it's been working, I guess you could say, but it's not the end-all, be-all. We obviously need Kovacic in there, or Conte can fully come back with Enzo. That would make a huge difference for this team, and therefore, again, I could see us easily winning that match. The big problem, though, that we still are looking at is Kai Havertz up top, and that is not his problem, but obviously, he keeps being thrown in that position, so he has to do something about it. So that's the talking points today. Obviously, I would have been happier with 3 points. Did not happen. But overall, the way Chelsea played today, it has been better than we played in our last couple matches. Yes, the result was not there, but overall, the way Chelsea played is looking better. It is going to take some time, which I know fans do not want to hear. But like I said, this is a process. Once we get things rolling in the right direction, and hopefully can still make it in the Champions League this year, if not next year, like I said, keep believing in the process, it will start working. So that is all I have for you today in the talking points for Chelsea vs. Dortmund. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in our next one.